Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit. Heart to Heart.
Lees jy die woord vir vandag dagstukkies? Ons wil verseker dat jou kopie sy bestemming betyds bereik. Jy kan nou die boekie direk by 'n adres van jou keuse ontvang of per e-pos indien jy verkies. Besoek radiokansel.co.za. Kies jou opsie en dateer jou besonderhede op. Jy kan ook die woord devotional na 37871 stuur en ons sal die lys van opsies aan jou stuur. Of kontak kliëntediens by 012 334 1257. Standaard tariewe geld.
Discover an abundance of life. 657 AM.
That's where you at, 657 AM. We came out from the news bulletin by Mike Potgieter with the sounds of Kgomotso Kalela, Lion of Judah, and it's 14 minutes just after 1. You're on Heart to Heart. I am Sibongile Mofokeng sitting in for Mpho Putini. I'm excited that now I am talking. We are on Level Up, and I am talking to Your Excellency Kgomotso Kalela. How are you, sir?
I am lovely, Sibongile. How are you?
This Thursday, Bona. We've gone through winter, we've gone through heat wave, and this Wednesday is one of the best. I don't know about where you at, but where I'm at, Kgomotso.
And the nice thing is that we are getting closer to Easter as well. So, yeah.
If we can carry the same weather Easter weekend, then that would be the best. That would be the best.
Definitely.
But welcome. And I'd like to know, what do you have for us today on Level Up?
Look, thank you so much, Sibongile, and good afternoon to you and your listeners. Today, I want to just summarize. I mean, we've been having a series around setting goals. So today, I just wanted to summarize a bit some of the key takeaways from our series of setting up goals.
Let's do that.
Thank you so much. And again,
if Ndade Kalela can just take us a little bit step back for a family member who says, I just came in now, so just to catch up with us.
Excellent. I think this will be a very important part, particularly those who've not been with us in this journey. Really, I just want to summarize and talk about, some of the key takeaways in the past few weeks that we've been talking about goals. The first week, we really talked about why is it important to set up goals. And I think we are looking around your New Year resolutions particularly, but, why was it important to set those goals? Even though we know that the success rate from people who set up goals is low, the importance is there. Three things I highlighted really as the importance of setting up goals is that it gives us direction and focus. If you think of a GPS, when you set direction and focus, it then directs your path for the year to what you need to achieve. So that's the very, very first important why we set goals. We get direction and focus. And then we can be able to guide all our energies and resources towards where we want to go. So the second part really around how do we, set our goals was, there is this interesting thing about internal motivation. Once you know you need to achieve something, you are motivated towards achieving it. Someone says, set a goal that wakes you up in the morning. So that's internal motivation that you talked about, yeah. So we must set up goals that resonate with our values and our aspirations. This helps us really making sure that the drive that wakes us up will really be able to take us there.
All right. And so today you are wrapping it up.
Most definitely. I'm just wrapping it up today in terms of the importance of setting goals. So the two greatest important examples that I can think of, is when you are driving to Durban or to Cape Town, coming from Joburg, our lovely city, is that if you don't set the right destination as a GPS, you might find yourself, driving aimlessly, especially if you don't know the direction. You might find yourself going to Kimberley instead of going to Durban or going to Cape Town. So writing your goals down and putting them on paper helps us set that direction and focus towards what we want to achieve. And I just want to talk about 5 benefits quickly around why this is very important to set those goals. The first one is that, as I said, provide direction and focus for the year. Number 2 is also spoken about, is that it helps us to prioritize our task and our efforts in terms of what we want to achieve. Number three, really, is that it helps us making decisions that are aligned to our goals. In terms of, I'm sitting next to a runner here today. If you're thinking about you want to run a Comrades Marathon, are your efforts every single day, are they taking you towards running the Comrades Marathon? Are you doing the right, miles or mileage every single time that will take you to Comrades Marathon? If you ask me about Comrades Marathon, I would definitely be setting a very low bar. But I'm thinking to a runner here, they will tell you that 15 kilometers a week or a day might be the right thing. So having the right goals helps you to channel your decisions and you get aligned to your goals. And then lastly, the important thing about setting goals really is that it fuels your motivation. So you know that this is a new year, or it's a new month, or it's a new job, or you get that kick of a fresh start that you get. And then the last one really, once you have those goals and you are consistently doing, you can form a nice habit. It helps you to form habits that will help you break old ones. If your old habit was to start a job or a work around 5, and you want to do better this year, you can set up new habits that I'll maybe wake up around a little bit early. So that's that habit for me. So that's the very first important part around the benefits of setting goals. And moving a little bit ahead, we can talk about 3 important steps that people need to take. Again, we are summarizing the journey that we've been. So 3 important steps that one people need to take. One, speaking about health and wellness. If you resonate with health and wellness, you can set a goal that talks about, I want to exercise 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, being Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So setting that goal helps you to be specific and direct in terms of what you want to do.
Okay.
So you don't allow external pressure to dictate your goal. You say, this is what resonates with me. I want to be healthy, I want to be well. And then for me to be there, I'm going to express it by exercising. And how am I going to express it? 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm
So
running.
it's like you're making a timetable for yourself.
It's like you're making, it's definitely you're making timetable for yourself. And that's the timetable that works for you. Nobody else, but for you. And that timetable goes to my second point. That's a very good point. That are those goals specific? Are you able to measure those goals? Is there a time around those goals? So there's a timetable aspect that I'm thinking about. If they are specific, are you able to measure them? Are you able to schedule them? And then setting up those goals. And then lastly, around, how do you set those goals? Is that we must really accept that life brings us challenges and we must embrace them and be flexible around our goals. We must never be rigid around the goals that we use. Adapt, adjust every single time. The unforeseen circumstances that happen, be willing to adjust your goals.
All right.
In the following week, one thing that we spoke about was then how do we create, pillars or tools that can help us to reach those goals. There are 3 things that I spoke about. Again, there are many things, but really 3 things that I talk about is that we need to have the right environment. For us to be able to achieve our goals, we need to have the right environment. And the right environment talks around visualization. What do we see constantly? What do we hear constantly? Setting up the right environment. Surround yourself with visual cues. Do you have a resolution or a goal that you've written? Do you have a vision statement that you have written? Or do you have, as we call it, a vision board that you can always see when you wake up, when you go back, wherever. So visualize and create the right environment for your goal. And number 2, then create around designing the right environment. Make sure that your workspace is your sanctuary. You design a focused workplace. If you are a runner, make sure you have the right shoes. If you are a person like me, you're on a computer, make sure that the desk is clean, make sure the desk has the right thing, there's another screen that you can work on, and making sure you've got the right design. And then lastly, making sure that the 3 pillars are there. One is making sure that the environment is all right. Number 3 is just making sure that you've got the right squad that supports you. Build a community of people who can encourage you. You've got a support squad, as we call it.
So you can't go into planning and having goals on your own. Do you always need a squad that goes with you that supports your vision? Hey, because hey, nakongwe ba re mara le wena wa bona Kgomotso man. Reality iri.
And things are not coming together. Who are you speaking to?
Yeah.
I mean, you are falling by the side. Who's going to bring you back into to call? Who's doing that? So find your support squad that helps you in those goals.
Yeah, okay. Like build one. If like near you there's nobody, go out and find one. Maybe let's say at the gym, you can meet people who would support you, who are of the same goal, isn't it?
100%. I mean, nowadays technology allows us to use things like WhatsApp calls,
Uh,
WhatsApp videos.
uh.
You don't have to have a neighbor. You don't have to have a colleague. If you are maybe in an isolated area, find someone that you can call once a week, once a month. Then you see to this goals to that they help you to nudge you to the right direction if you're falling out of track. Somebody who can celebrate your wins with you. You don't want to be celebrating alone. Find someone who can celebrate this with.
Mm. Let me ask you a question. You spoke about being intrinsically motivated as well. So it's you motivating yourself internally. And sometimes we come against hurdles. And during those hurdles, it looks like it's impossible to reach this goal, to attain this goal. Or this goal might look too huge now suddenly. But when you started, you were excited. There was this joy. And every year when we set goals, we are excited about it. We are running. We are, hey, boy, and we are fired up. And then a hurdle comes. And when that hurdle comes, it affects the whole thing that we have built. It's March now, but you have started building in Jan and it affects you. How do you go back and tap inside and remotivate yourself intrinsically?
That's a very, very important point. And really, the important part of it is that we do find ourselves moving a little bit away from our goals. One of the first things that you need to do when you are trying to reevaluate your goal, number one, is find the question why it did not work.
Okay.
Why did it work? If it was running,
Okay.
as the example I was making, if it didn't work because the time you are choosing is too early, and that time does not work with you, or is the time when you're coming back from work and you're tired. So the first thing is find why it did not work. Once you have found why it did not work, then evaluate if this goal is still relevant for you. This time works or it doesn't work. If the goal is still relevant for me to use, and if the goal is relevant, then am I able to trace it so that it can work for me?
Okay.
6 o'clock might not be my time. Maybe 8 o'clock is my time in the evening. So find the time.
So wait. Your Excellency Kalela, wait. Does it mean that I can have a goal that is like in the wrong timing, have a good goal, but the timing is wrong?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. Remember, a goal is something that guides you to where you need to go. Yes, it might be that you have set a goal, but the time is completely incorrect. For instance, you set a goal this year that you want to run a marathon, but you are doing your final year of medicine. Right? So
hear you.
the timing might be wrong because the schedule possibly around medicine, there's a lot of going to hospitals, there's a lot of practicals that prep you need to do. So you don't have the time to practice so that you can be able to be ready for compressed marathon. So in your planning, when you set in December or in November, you're planning for 2024, you thought this is the right time. But when the practice comes, it's completely different. Or you thought you would have capacity actually to be able to do both. But when it comes to realizing that goal, it's no longer possible. Then you should be able to say, look, this does not work because my practical requires more of me, and this is what is more urgent this year. So I'm going to suspend this goal to either next year. Or instead of running home race, I'm just going to do my weekend 15 kilometers, and I'm okay. Because not doing it this year does not mean you failed. It just means you can postpone it to some other time. Maybe this year I'll just keep it to 15 kilometers every week, and that will be my goal. And that's where the trekking part comes in.
What if it involves money?
Again, the first important question is why didn't it work?
Okay.
Was I spending too much?
All right.
Do I need to cut on the coffee days? Why did it work? And we need to be honest with ourselves in terms of why it did not work. Maybe you need an accountability partner. You need someone to account to around, you said you're going to deposit something to another account every single month. You didn't do that automatic deposit. Maybe that's what you need to do. Do a debit order to help you to save, So it's those things that you're asking yourself questions. Why didn't it work? And how do I make it work in the next time? If this goal is still relevant, that's what you can do.
All right. We can continue.
Thank
I
you so
needed to
much.
stop there. I needed to stop there a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you for stopping me there. I mean, the interesting part is that then we need to have tools and that support us in the journey that we take. For instance, you can have things like planners, to-do lists. People like us who prepare spreadsheets can use spreadsheets. But lately, I found a nice online tool that I use to put my goals, so I'm going to use that, And then there's a first thing that helps you to support in making sure that your goals are written, that you're able to monitor your goals. Have the right tools that can support you. And then number two, in terms of having the right tools, that you need to be consistent. Once you've assigned a goal, a date, be consistent about it, because small, consistent steps lead to eventually giant leaps. So that's what you want to do, because the smallest consistent steps eventually leads to a leap of great habits. So that's what you want to do. And then just to talk already towards the end of my talk here, I want to talk about two things really. One is that building habits. One of the things that is spoken about in terms of this year as you're setting goals, that build habits, one step at a time. Be consistent every single day in towards what you want to achieve.
So be intentional about it.
That's really the right way. It's really about in training earlier on. Someone used that word. Be intentional about what you want to do. Be intentional about it. And then if you need to do 5 kilometers today, just do that.
All right.
If you need to do 10 next week, just do that. Start small and build your consistency. And that's where it starts. And then the last thing really that I want to wrap up with will then be, how do you design your best week? So that's our last discussion really in terms of key takeaways in setting up your goals. How do you design your best week? The first thing really about the way you just used, being intentional in our planning. We need to plan our week. We need to practically take time off every single week and be able to speak around the week that's ahead. Someone says you are creating a week's masterpiece. You are looking at your yearly goal, and you've divided your yearly goal into a quarterly goals. You've divided your quarterly goals into monthly goals. Now, with monthly goals becomes weekly goals. So every single week, you have an appointment with yourself and an event for the week ahead. Again, once you have done that, you are building a weekly routine. For instance, when are you going to exercise? When are you going to meditate? When are you going to read the Bible? So those are things that you can then plan way in advance. This is my time of waking up. This is my time of exercising. This is my time of reading the Word. And then that becomes what you schedule into your planners.
All right. But let me ask then, do you have to rate yourself every week? Do you need to check on yourself every week? Or how soon should you do that? Because I find that with others, if they do it too frequently, then they become they are their worst enemies. I'm sorry. They are their worst critics.
Your question is very much interesting because me and my accountability partner, we meet every week to review the week that was. So I need to meet with myself first before I meet with her. So that means I have 2 meetings every week to review my progress. So I've got a meeting with myself when I'm done, in preparation for a meeting with my accountability partner and a meeting with my accountability partner. And in those meetings, there are 5 things that I said I'm going to do. So I put my paper out and then I show her. This is what I said I'm going to do. Have you done it?
Okay.
And then I have to say yes or no. If it's no, then she'll ask me why.
Okay, here's a family member who says, Sibongile, another thing is procrastination. How do you get to it if you have that spirit of procrastination and being intentional?
The best enemy of procrastination is an accountability partner.
Oh, like you do at the, yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Because now, who's your reporter? Who are you going to report to? You can't say, hey, I was so. 1 week you might say, hey, no, I couldn't. But you're going to show you for the second week, to say, hey, I couldn't. So having an accountability partner helps you to deal with procrastination because you need to respond and be accountable to somebody else. So that's how you can deal with procrastination.
Okay. It will push, I'm sorry to use the word bum, it will push your bum off the couch and you would stand up and do something.
For those who are struggling with running as an example, today I'm using running because I'm sitting
You're sitting next to a runner, yeah.
So for those who are struggling with running as an example, they're procrastinating every week. Find out within the area if there is a running club.
Okay.
Then ask one of the members in the running club either to pick you up or either to call you, whatever. Guess what? Now you've got somebody who's going to nag you to do what you need to do. That's how you deal with procrastination. Find a buddy. So let me end really by talking about, designing your best week. As I've said, we need to be intentional. We need to build that intention into our weekly program. And then what we just ended with is then we need to reflect and review. And for me, really, as I really say, my last point really, be patient with yourself as you are doing your goals. Things do take time to come to the right level. If you don't make it the first time, stand up, dust, and keep doing it again. The first term is about to end, which is around next week. Let's do better in the next term, because 3 more to go. Yeah, that's me, Sibongile. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Ntate Kalela. If we would like to be in contact with you, how do we get hold of you?
You can get hold of me on X. My handle is Kalela. That's me on X, Kalela. On email is info@talentunleashed.co.za. info@talentunleashed.co.za. We like saying that we are unleashing God's talent to the nation.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm empowered, I'm encouraged, and I won't be too harsh on myself because we are too harsh on ourselves. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Those goals, and I do know, and I heard you talking about writing it down. I was reminded of the book of Habakkuk. I'm like,
Yes,
this is what the word
yes.
said.
It's so amazing that everything I'm speaking about here,
Yeah.
you can find it in the Word.
Yes.
These are principles that are founded in the Word. If you take them out, like we're saying, Habakkuk is speaking about writing it down.
Yes.
If you speak about, having a partner, accountability partner, the Bible talks about, having an accountability partner. That all these things, all there in the Bible.
And somebody says, I think it's Steve Harvey who says, if it's not written, then it's not going to happen.
Yes, true.
It's
true,
not going
true.
to come to pass. So you need to put it down, write
You
it
definitely
down,
put it
as the
down,
word says.
indeed.
Thank you so much, sir. Have yourself a beautiful one.
Thank you so much, Sibongile. Good afternoon to you. Listen up and all the best.
And please pass our greetings to the runner next to you.
I will pass the greeting to the runner and she gives me a smile.
Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, bye.
Bye. Wow, family. I have been ministered unto. I am empowered. And I think that I'm fired up. So you got goals for 2024. Now you know what to do. You know what's best for you in 2024. Start by writing it down. Do a timetable. Have a buddy, an accountability party who will help you become accountable and not even procrastinate when it comes to your work. And all of the best in 2024 with your goals. Do not forget that it starts with you calling the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, inviting him and making sure that you are aligned to his plans about the goals that you're setting.